Greetings, folks. It's Dead End Greyhawk here. Thanks for stopping by. Pretty soon the fall colors here are going to be so vibrant and beautiful. It's my favorite time of year. Today it's so sunny and probably pretty damn close to 70 degrees, I'd say. It's quite well afternoon here, and it's the first time I've been outside today. I actually took the work day off today with a sore shoulder, but anyway, right next door here, this is Ithaca, New York. Over there is the Kendall of Ithaca. You can Google this on Google Earth, and you can get an idea of the size of this very old remnant of an ancient forest. The only thing that exists here, because it's all been wiped out for development. Right here's a hedgerow, and this mowed lawn is maintained by NYSEG and Bolton Point water systems. And on the other side of the hedgerow is the property I live at, with 10 apartment complexes. So this forest may be a full acre. I'm not sure. I'm not a good judge of how much an acre is. But it's all that's left from all the development. And inside is some very unique structures that there's no way it's random tree fall, in my opinion. I discovered them years ago. It's over a decade now, and they've had no change to them whatsoever, and they are the only structures in this wooded lot. They still remain. Now there's been a small change to them here and there recently. One of the supporting beams that holds up a lot of it, one end of it rotted off, but it's still supported. It's built that well, and believe me, we get a lot of snowfall up in the Northeast here in the country of upstate New York. I lived in Wyoming for a long time, and when you told people you were from New York, they automatically assumed the city. No, I'm a country boy where the farmlands and forests are. And a lot of people aren't even aware that there's a countryside and wooded places and forests in New York. Oh yeah, there's a whole upstate. New York City. Bad reputation. And I don't give a damn about my bad reputation. Do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever had any encounters that you could attribute to ghosts? I certainly have. In my opinion, if you haven't experienced it, you're not going to believe it. My first experience was in the Air Force. I lived in a dormitory building that dated back to Civil War times. It was very old. Some spooky stuff happened in there. I brought it up to the dorm manager, and he told me, oh yeah, you know how old these places are? And he told me all kinds of stories. But yeah, people who don't believe in ghosts is because they don't have the experience. And a certain percent of them, quite frankly, don't want to believe in ghosts. Nor do they want to believe in Bigfoot or Dogman or any other cryptid you might bring up. And it's human nature, when they're scared, to sometimes respond either with laughter or ridicule. How long was the UFO community put down and ridiculed for believing in flying saucers and little green men? What has the Pentagon now admitted is out there? I'm not saying it's little green men. I personally think they're extra dimensional. But this is my opinion, folks. I don't think they're from other planets. I bring up ghosts because if these cryptids are flesh and blood and are mortal and can die just like us, well, don't you think some might linger here after death instead of moving on? I think that's precisely what goes on in these old woods. And I believe the flesh and blood wouldn't show up here occasionally too, because it's probably sacred to them. I give them respect. I'm being watched right now. I take it for granted. Peace, woodland beings and peoples. Peace. The blue jay screams in the distance. The crows down the lane. Several game trails in this wood. As I said before, I've seen many animals here. Deer, coyotes, foxes, a lot of foxes. Fortunately, there's a dead fox up here on Triphammer Road. It's probably been cleaned up by now. Poor fox. Well, it was so important, you had to get to the other side. I have no idea. So yes, it's my opinion that the flesh and blood Sasquatch and these other cryptids, they probably know how to use portals, number one. I think they can mind read because there's lots of testimony of them mind speaking. Hello, little squirrel. It's okay. With people. It's definitely part of the Sasquatch experience if they don't want you there to instill fear in you. Project it right at you. This isn't much testimony. See, I don't dismiss the testimony from all walks of life of tens of thousands of people. Come on. In a court of murder, how many witnesses does it take to convict a murderer? We got to start relying on ourselves, people, and each other. Got to start relying on each other more than anything. We can't trust what the government tells us. That's a proven fact. UFOs, much of what you see flying around in the sky, you can't explain, is government. Secret tech. The stealth fighter was in use for 2 decades before they even showed the public. But some of it is back engineered. Bob Lazar. Google that name. Look into him. He named a new element before it was on our periodic table of elements. A full decade before it was, saying it was at Area 51, Groom Lake. Secret craft recovered from a crash. Stay tuned, everybody, for Stay on Greyhawk out.